Jason Gilbo here with Rob Mazika, taking a look at some GPP bats for the Memorial Day main slate. You and I were surprised. Usually it's a day slate, but it's just 5 games, and not the most appealing 5 games, but it's serviceable.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to play it just because we're the degenerates that we are. It's not the best slate, but then again, it could be much worse too.
Yeah, we have seen much worse. As far as jumping into things here, I mean, pitchers I feel like are like decent enough to not make me love this like a lot of hitters, but there are some good spots.
Yeah, there's no real absolute gas cans on this slate, but then there's no studs either. So it's just a bunch of guys.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at like catcher, a couple guys I don't mind. I mean, Ricky Nolasco, we've seen him do well at times, but for the most part, this guy's bad against righties. Allowing a ton of hard contact, 42%. So I mean, I don't mind Tyler Flowers. He doesn't have tremendous power, but I still don't mind him just because he's going to be low-owned, and there's a lot of potential there still.
Yeah, I don't mind him either. He's actually been pretty hot, and also with Kurt Suzuki, if he got the start too, he's been hot as well. So either of those work. I'm looking towards Derek Norris for my catcher. He's going against Martin Perez, who is never really fun to pick against. But Derek Norris against lefties this year, I know his WOBA is below 200, but he only has a 7.7% soft contact. So that's about 93% of his contact against lefties has been pretty much medium to hard contact. So eventually he's just going to regress, and those are going to turn into really good fantasy points.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, 194 ISO still off lefties, as you said. I mean, the WOBA's bad, but his K percentage drops quite a bit too against southpaws. So I'm with you. Alex Avila is another guy I'll take a look at with James McCann, who's banged up. Avila's been hitting second in that order. Against Hamill, I definitely don't mind Avila if you're looking for a little bit of power.
Yeah, I'm actually looking towards the other side of that game as well. Salvador Perez on the slate. Catcher sucks, and he's just the type of guy who he could hit you 2 home runs in a game. He has the upside to do it. So that's what I look for in a catcher.
Looking at Kendrys Morales for first base, you like Justin Smoke. I mean, I think Smoke will come in a little bit lower owned. So if you're looking for an ownership play, but both in the same thinking there against Bonilla, who, I mean, his real struggles come against lefties. I mean, he's not a bad arm. I mean, he does have some strikeout ability, but he does walk a lot of guys. He's still a rookie pitcher.
He is, and I'm not sure how long he's going to go, but even this Reds bullpen's been pretty good. But I like Justin Smoke just because the ownership thing with Morales. Morales is going to come in much higher owned, I think. And Smokey has hit 7 home runs against righties this season, with 4 of those coming at home this year. So it's just a spot in this ballpark when they're implied almost 5.5 runs that you can get the ownership play.
Yep. You and I were both looking at Miguel Cabrera. We like the Tigers right-handers. Miggy, I mean, he's another one. Just the 309 WOBA against righties this year, but you throw that out the window. 266 BABIP against right-handers. That's 100 points lower than his career norm, and a 48% hard contact. So there's no worries for me against Cabrera. I like him. I mean, he's my top first base play.
He's my top first base too. He's the best first baseman on this slate just in general. He has decent BVP, 5 for 13 against Hamill, and Hamill does have a slight reverse split as well. So the split is in his it is in Miggy's favor.
Yeah, Hamill, fly ball pitcher, 421 WOBA to righties this year. If I'm looking elsewhere, Justin Bour's a guy I'll take a look at. 242 ISO against righties this year, 370 ISO this month alone. He's been hitting the ball really well. I kind of like the Marlins. Both sides of the plate. I mean, Hellickson's been extremely lucky. I mean, FIP over 5. Doesn't miss a lot of bats either.
No, he doesn't. And Bour, he's been on fire lately, hitting home runs every other day at this rate.
Second base, there isn't a ton of upside at this position. We'll start with Odor, though, who definitely has the best ISO against right-handed pitching out of the group. I don't mind him. We were just watching the Rays and Twins. That was going how many innings did that finish in?
13.
13. That's it. It just seemed like it was so much longer.
6-hour game.
Yeah. So I mean, Erasmo Ramirez did throw an inning in that one, but he's scheduled to start. But regardless of whoever comes in, I still feel like the Texas lefties and some of the righties are going to be in play.
Yeah, especially in this ballpark. Second base is a crapshoot today. So Odor is one of those guys that has upside. A guy who we were both looking towards is Cesar Hernandez. He'll be hitting leadoff for the Phillies. He'll probably be the chalk on the slate just because of lack of better options. But against Edison Volquez, who gives up to both sides of the plate, we really can't go wrong there.
I mean, 401 WOBA to lefties this year from Volquez. So, you know, if the Phillies had some more stable left-handers, they'd be a good option, but there's only just really a few.
Yeah, and then the other second base I'm looking towards is that dude BP, Brandon Phillips against Ricky Nolasco. Phillips, he has a reverse split, a 343 WOBA against righties, and Nolasco also has a reverse split. So they just line up that way.
Yeah. I'm going to the hot corner. Evan Longoria, I mean, 39% hard contact rate against lefties this year. Good numbers against Perez in that ballpark. Curious to see if he's in the lineup. He's probably the one guy I'll be definitely keeping an eye on just because he, a late flight into Texas, he did play a ton.
Yeah, he's my top third base option too. Won me decent money yesterday. Longoria's got the good BVP against Perez, and as long as he makes the lineup and in this ballpark, I really can't go wrong there.
Josh Donaldson is a guy, I mean, huge upside as always. He's going to be popular, but this is a guy who, I mean, going up against a rookie right-hander, I don't mind him. You go back to last year, 4.32 WOBA at home against right-handers with a 3.41 ISO. I mean, this guy's always enjoyed playing at the Rogers Center, so he's pricey. He's going to carry some ownership, but I mean, he's definitely going to be a guy I still get some shares of.
Yeah, he's definitely the best third base option on the board skill-wise. He's going to be super high owned, so I'm going to be looking towards someone a little cheaper like Joey Gallo in this Texas Rangers game. He has 14 home runs on the year. He also has a 37% K rate, so he's either going to strike out 4 times or he'll hit a home run in one of those at-bats and strike out the air 3 times. So he's just an upside play at the position.
Yep. If you're looking to get crazy, I'll take a look at Luis Valbuena, cheap third base option. Not the best ballpark there, but Valbuena has some decent power. Against Tehran, I mean, I don't mind Tehran tomorrow's slate, but he's also been awful against lefties, 388 WOBA, doesn't miss a lot of bats against left-handers. So he's in play for me if I'm just kind of looking to be really different.
Yes, Tehran really has struggled against those lefties, and Valbuena's got that power.
More of a shortstop. I mean, there's no real stud on this slate as far as guys go. I'll probably be looking to pay down or maybe see what kind of comes out in the lineup.
Yeah, my guy, it's ugly, but my guy is Zach Kozar against Marcus Stroman. Stroman's going to be the highest owned pitcher on the night in general, I think. And just by attacking him with Zach Kozar and his 422 WOBA against righties this year, 160 WRC plus, in this ballpark, it gives him a boost. And if we can get that a home run off him, it's a bump down to all the Stroman owners and a bump up for all you Kozar owners. So it's best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, I expect Kozar to be less than 10% owned. I mean, he might have the highest upside out of the shortstops today.
It's ugly.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking elsewhere, I mean, the Texas game presents a couple. I don't mind Andrus if he's hitting second again. He's been decent this month. And I think even on the other side for a cheap punt, Tim Beckham, always a high strikeout rate, but this guy does mash lefties in his career, does have a high hard contact as well.
Yeah, this ballpark's also going to play well, all these shortstops too. So it's not a bad spot. And I guess if JT Riddle makes the lineup for the Marlins, you can give him a look as a punt just because he had a big game yesterday, and he does just randomly go off for those big games.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind him. It would be nice if I could actually get him in the leadoff spot again. I don't want to play D. Gordon there.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Nah. More to outfield. I mean, J.D. Martinez has been absolutely on fire this year since coming off the DL. But, I mean, no fluke here. I mean, 390 WOBA against righties last year. We talked about Hamill against right-handed pitching. Even with him being expensive and probably carrying a little bit of ownership, I'm still okay with using him.
Yeah, he left the game early yesterday. I'm not sure if it was an injury or for what, but if he does make the lineup today against Hamill, it's an excellent spot with that reverse split.
Jesus. Detroit's just falling apart.
They are. But the guy who I'm looking for kind of the same way is Giancarlo Stanton. Big power bat. He's been hitting home runs left and right these last few days. And against Hellickson, it's just a spot for him where he could definitely take another 1 yard. BVP is not in his favor, but BVP is not everything. So it's just he's been hot, and I don't mind riding him.
Yeah, Hellickson 35%. Ground ball rate to righties, 1.86 horns per 9. I like the Marlins bats. Matt Camp's another guy I'll be taking a look at. He's been red hot this year, going up against Alaska, who's been pounded by right-handers. Just a good Camp. I mean, 393 WOBA against righties this year, 232 ISO, hitting everything hard. Price isn't all that bad. I kind of expect him to go a little bit overlooked just because he's playing in Anaheim.
Yeah, I think he will. Guys in Anaheim always get overlooked. Nolasco has that reverse split that I touched on before, and Matt Kemp, I think he hit 4 hits against Cueto yesterday, so it just bumped down for that. So it's a good spot for him. On my little bit of cheap end, I'm looking towards Steven Souza. He's not the best against left-handed pitching. He's going against Martin Perez today, but he's leading the league in average exit velo over the last week, and that is a stat that I look at to make sure that they're hot. And when a guy's hitting the ball that hard, he's going to get results most of the time.
Yep. No, I like Souza. Good spot there. If I'm looking cheap, I mean, Jorge Bonifacio is a guy I'll consider going up against Norris, who Norris is always a guy who's just completely up and down against right-handed bats. Bonifacio, 250 ISO this month, 38% hard contact rate against lefties. One of the actual Royals who's actually shown off some power this year.
Yeah, he just hits those random home runs that you just look at your phone like, who the hell is this guy? But every other game he's played, he's hit a home run.
So I don't mind him. Anyone else cheap you got?
Maybe Andrew Romine if he gets to the top of the lineup as a punt. He had an RBI triple yesterday. Nothing really big, but if you need the savings, I don't mind him.
Yeah, I think with Kinsler hitting the DL, he should be leading off again.
Yeah, definitely.
So if I toss one more out, I'll go with another Phillies lefty, Michael Saunders, 256 ISO this month, 34% hard contact rate against righties. He's cheap. He's a complete boomer bust guy, but he'll be low owned.
Oh, for sure. He'll be low owned, so I don't mind that play at all.
So let's wrap things up here. Have a good Memorial Day weekend, and good luck.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.